Hey everybody, I'm Mike DeSepoli and welcome to the Ask the Advisor show. Ask the Advisor is brought to you by Heritage Financial Advisory Group. And this week in episode 97, we're going to discuss 3 ways to know when you are ready to retire. You know, it's likely that your parents or grandparents retired just because they turned age 65. But today's retirement is much more complicated than that. While age is certainly still an important factor to consider, there are many other things that you need to think about before retiring. Mainly, your ability to connect your financial resources with your lifestyle and retirement goals. That's going to be the ultimate determining factor if you have a successful retirement. So before you crack open that nest egg, here are 3 things that we want you to consider. Number 1, make sure you are financially ready. You know, more often than not, people decide to retire and then they look to figure out all the financial pieces of the puzzle. And that is not the order you want to do this in. You want to make sure you have a budget before you set off into retirement. You want to make sure that your debts are paid and make sure you have the appropriate information on your Social Security and any other retirement benefits that you may collect before you retire. You know, more often than not, retiring is an irrevocable decision. There is no going back on it, and you want to make sure you have all your ducks in a row before you decide to pull the trigger. Number 2, you have to make sure you're emotionally ready to retire. Believe it or not, emotions play a big factor in deciding when it is time to retire. We would encourage you to talk to your spouse ahead of time about the different things that you might want to do in retirement, how you plan on spending your time, and make sure you are ready to make this decision. We would also encourage people to make a list of some things that they're passionate about, some hobbies that they have. How are you going to fill your time in retirement? Because many people report feeling extreme boredom in their first and second years of retirement if they haven't adequately filled their schedule with things for them to do. You also want to make sure that your estate plan is in order. This is checking beneficiaries on your retirement accounts, making sure that you have a will in place and it lays out the type of instructions that you would deem appropriate, making sure that all your different accounts have beneficiaries and you've done appropriate estate planning. This is one less thing for you to worry about in retirement, and more often than not, there's a cost associated with estate planning, so maybe that's something you want to take care of while you're still working. And number 3, you have to be ready to do new things if you're going to retire. You know, what is it going to be? Everybody's a little bit different. Some people are going to spend a lot of time traveling. Other people want to take up a new skill or learn something or brush up on an old skill. People join social clubs. They take up golf, work at something they love, or maybe pursue a second career in some sort of a charitable endeavor. Everybody's retirement is different, but you're going to have something on your agenda each and every day to keep you excited and keep you moving forward. You know, most people think they will never miss work, but the odds are is at some point you're going to look back on your career and you're going to at least reminisce about what was. So we want to make sure that you have a prosperous retirement, that you're getting the return on life that you deserve. And if you have any questions about how to connect your financial resources to your lifestyle goals, we would be happy to discuss that with you. We have a process in place that we go through that helps people identify those goals and then map their money to it to make sure they get the return on life that they deserve. So with that said, we thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions about retirement or your personal finances in general, feel free to reach out to us. We are always happy to talk with you about your money. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back next week for episode 98.